Hello, everyone, and welcome to BodyBags. I'll be your reviewer for today. I'm Lonnie from Tarantino, and yeah, I'm sure you've noticed if you've been keeping up with the videos this week, you realize this is another theme week, and this week we are doing, I believe I think it's called Last Man Standing, whereas usually majority of the time when you have horror films, usually you always have the final girl. Excuse me. It's very, very rare where you have a final guy, but that's what we went with. And the movie that I picked is from 1999, and I reviewed this is part three of a trilogy. I did part two a short while ago, and the movie I picked is From Dusk Till Dawn, The Hangman's Daughter. So we have a nice little cast here. You got Marco Leonardi, who it says, he's in. It says here he's like Water for Chocolate, but I remember him from Once Upon a Time in Mexico. He was one of Antonio Banderas's mariachi buddies. So him, you got Rebecca Gayheart, who we all remember from Urban Legend. Got the late great Michael Parks, who, in my opinion, he's very much a scene stealer in this movie. He pretty much steals every scene in the movie that he's in. So then you got Temuera Morrison, who we now all know as Boba and Jango Fett in the Star Wars universe. And you got, of course, Danny Trejo, because, he's, you need something or someone to connect. Excuse me. You need someone or something to connect this to the other films. Excuse me. Sorry, allergies are bothering me today, as always. But anyway, so yeah, this is well, it says here it's the nonstop explosive sequel, but really what this is a prequel. And and yeah, I mean, I got the From Dusk Till Dawn trilogy here. So, of course, being a prequel and stuff, prequels do tend to be, it's rough. It's rough for a prequel because, usually, people aren't really big on prequels because everybody already knows where, the story is going to go. But I think as far as prequels go, I think this one is pretty well done. And I actually do recommend it. The storyline is we have Marco Leonardi's character, who is Johnny Madrid. And if that name should sound familiar to you, that's because that was the name that Quentin Tarantino named Timothy Oliphant's character in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, who's doing the Lancer TV show with DiCaprio. So you have Johnny Madrid. He's basically he's kind of an outlaw. He's a bit of a bandit, and he's about to be hung. And you got the Hangman, played by Temuera Morrison, and through circumstances, he. It turns out that Johnny doesn't get hung, and he winds up taking Esmeralda. If you can see her right there, that is the Hangman's daughter, hence the title of the film. He takes her and basically takes her as a hostage so that he could get away. And meanwhile, we're introduced at the very beginning. We're introduced to Michael Park's character Ambrose Bierce, who he is. That's kind of the thing. He's like, telling everybody that he is going to see Pancho Villa because he has a gift for Pancho Villa. And so everybody is curious. Everybody wants to know, like, what's going on. What is this gift that he has for him? That's interesting. What's going on? So, he gets on a coach ride with this man. I forget the character's name, but his wife is played by Rebecca Gayheart, and they're basically they're Bible beaters. They go from place to place, and they're all about preaching the gospel and trying to convert people to Christianity and stuff like this, which, Michael Park's character has no interest in any of that. So anyway, so they're on their way. Now Johnny, he gets back to his gang, and he overheard Michael Park's character talking about he has a gift for Pancho Villa. And so he and his gang decide that they're going to raid, the stagecoach, and, they're going to get Michael Parks' character. They're going to find out, okay, what is it? What does he have? So, there's a fun there's like a really fun chase that ensues, and shootout and everything. You got some really really good K&B effects here. It's like one I thought was kind of fun. One of the characters gets shot and like his face just kind of flips forward like a mask and everything else. That was a pretty fun. That was a pretty fun, cool effect. So anyway, so they stop the coach, they get them all out, and and so they ask him, what is this gift? Is it gold? Is it treasure? Money? What do you got for, Pancho Villa? And he reveals that, you know, that the gift that he has is him. He's going to join Pancho Villa's army to fight, and under his command. So everybody's kind of, needless to say, everybody's kind of pissed off about that, and it, the bandits are not happy about it and everything. So they decide, they're traveling through the desert and they come across the building, which will, in the first movie become the Titty Twister. And so they decide to go in, and so you got, Johnny and his outlaw bandits. You got, all, the characters. The Hangman does finally come along and to try to get, Esmeralda back. And so they go in, and we're introduced to this. I forget does it say the character's name? No, it doesn't. No, but the character is played by Sonia Braga, and basically she is telling Esmeralda that she is actually. Oh, I forgot. Orlando Jones is in this too. And one thing I'll say about Orlando Jones is like, I mean, usually he's known for being a comedian. You know him from movies like Evolution and things like that. But I will say one thing about Orlando Jones, like if you put this guy in a horror movie, you give him a good role, he really does sink his teeth into it. No pun intended, but he does. He kind of, really does get into it. But so anyway, so she is little bit by little bit, she's revealing to Esmeralda that she, it was like foretold that she would be coming here, that it is her destiny and everything. And then basically what we're coming to learn is that Esmeralda is going to become, sorry if this is a spoiler, but the thing is that Esmeralda is about to become Centennial Pandemonium, which is Salma Hayek's character from the original film. And so, you got Razor Charlie, you got Danny Trejo's character. He's still running, the Titty Twister, kind of the bar and everything else. And it turns out that, the Hangman, he has a history with these people. And so now the fun part is, at first he goes trying to get his daughter out. But now the Hangman has to form an alliance with Johnny Madrid to save his daughter and try to get everybody out. And so, of course, it's a very tenuous bond. And, so, yeah, I think it's about time to leave the story there. I don't want to give away too much. But, so then, similar to the first movie, you have a group of characters who now they have to fight their way out and try to survive. And, of course, there's, vampires everywhere and stuff. And one thing I will say, you could kind of tell this movie is, compared to the first movie, this movie, you can tell the budget is not as high. It does look a little bit low budget compared to the first movie, but still, overall, I had fun with it. And, like I said, Michael Parks, when he's on screen, he commands every scene that he's in. And, like, one part I really enjoy, he gets some of the best lines in the movie. I love the part where, Johnny Madrid and the Hangman, they're fighting and they're, like, rolling around on the floor, punching each other and stuff like this. And Michael Parks' character comes up and he's all like, if you two can't succeed in killing each other, the least you could do is open the goddamn door. He really does. He gets a lot of the best lines in this movie. But overall, like I said, out of the three films, this one is definitely the weakest one. This movie, you definitely get a very, very strong sense of Rodriguez's style, and this movie really does have Robert Rodriguez's fingerprints on this. Not really Tarantino. You really don't get the Tarantino vibe from this or anything like that, but the Robert Rodriguez style and the Robert Rodriguez vibe definitely comes on very strong. So you can definitely tell that Rodriguez, and I I don't know if that's his brother, but Alvarado, Alvaro. They wrote the story and the screenplay together and stuff. So, but yeah, you definitely get the strong Robert Rodriguez vibe in this film. But overall, I would say it's one of the much more fun and entertaining prequels that I've ever seen. Like I said, I know it can be rough because it's a prequel, so you kind of already know which direction the story is going in. But I think personally, I think it's fun enough to just take the ride and see how we get there. So I would actually recommend it. I've actually enjoyed all three movies in the From Dusk Till Dawn trilogy. I think I'm happy with these movies. I absolutely adore the first From Dusk Till Dawn, and two and three. I have fun with those movies as well, and I really do. I recommend all three of them. And even though this one, I will say I did give the TV series a chance, and I tried. I couldn't get into it. I don't know. To me, this is From Dusk Till Dawn, and but yeah, I honestly think, if you like the first two, definitely give this one a watch. It's like, try to go in, forget that it's a prequel and try to go in with an open mind and just, try to have fun with it. And, you got the action, you got the gore, the great K&B effects, you got humor, you got horror, you got it all. So, I would say, yeah, give it a shot, you know. So anyway, so that's it. So if anybody took the time to watch all this, I thank you for doing it. I appreciate you for doing it. I honestly hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, could you please leave it a like? And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to the BodyBags channel. We have a different reviewer, one for every day of the week. I'm the Friday reviewer, and I'm just so happy to still be a part of it. I'm happy that the guys love having, well, I don't know about love, but they like having me around, and I'm happy to be in this company. So that's it, everybody. Take care. Have a good night. I'll see you all later. Bye.